welcome back to the RA Yogi. I'm Julia, your yoga instructor for arthritis. Today, I will be guiding you through a 10-minute video yoga warm-up poses. Please note that I am a trained yoga for arthritis teacher. Yoga for arthritis was developed at a leading research university, Johns Hopkins, by a team of medical healing professionals, including rheumatologists, psychologists, public health researchers, and yoga therapists. One last thing before we get started, I promise, full disclosure, I am a part of Lululemon's collective, which means that I love the brand that I work with, which I use frequently, and anything purchased from the links that I will put in the description below of each product that I'm wearing in today's video, I will receive a commission for it. You are also supporting me and what I do here, so thank you. Today you will need a yoga mat, sturdy chair. If you're deciding to sit down on your yoga mat on the floor, you can add some extra props like a folded blanket or a few pillows from your couch. Now let's get right into today's video on warm-up poses for arthritis. Let's settle in and find a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on the edge of my chair with my feet underneath my knees and my shoulders stacked above my hips. Let's start by taking a full deep breath in through the nostrils, if available, and exhale in any way that feels good, whether through the nose or the mouth. Breathe in again through the nostrils, and then exhale through the nostrils. The beginning of a warm-up should be slow and easy, moving the spine, and maybe just start with the head. So let's begin sitting up nice and tall, lengthening our spine. Breathe in through the nostrils. And as you exhale, gently turn your head towards the right and only go as far as there's no pain. You can hold it here for a few mindful breaths. You can also gently return back to center if that feels best for you. Sometimes I like to hold a stretch because I feel like I need it. So just listening to your intuition, your gut, and see what feels best for you in your body. We've changed sides. And then I'll have you use your breath to inhale back to center and exhale to turn the head to the right. Allowing this to be a smooth transition. Inhale back to center, breathe in deeply into the lungs. And then exhale to turn the head back to the left last time. And inhale to float the head back to center. We'll move our head side to side, starting with our right ear to our right shoulder. If that feels good. It doesn't really matter what side you start on. If you're on the left side, that's perfectly fine, as long as we get both sides. Inhale to come back to center. Allow the shoulders to remain still, and then just gently tilt the head to the left, coming to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then we'll move again to take one more round on each side. Inhale, center. Feel the length all the way from your seat, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then exhale to tilt your right ear to your right shoulder, very gently. Inhale back to center. And exhale all the way to the other side. And we'll inhale to come back up. And we'll pause for a moment, taking a deep breath in and out. Gently tilt the chin forward towards the chest, feeling a nice long neck, nice stretch for the cervical spine. You can just release your neck completely. Then bring some awareness into the neck and some action by gently coming back up to center. And now we'll look up, but we won't go all the way up. We'll just allow the chin to have an opening between our chest and our chin and gazing up towards the ceiling, just allowing an opening of the throat and the chest. We don't want to compress the back of the neck, so just be mindful of that. You don't have to go so far back, and we'll come back to center. We'll do the same thing again. Breathe in. Float with your breath this time. Then inhale to look up. And then exhale to come back to center. Maybe you want to roll back the shoulders, breathing in, roll them up and back if that feels good. Maybe one more time. And if it doesn't feel good to roll the shoulders back and forth, you can also just take a shoulder shrug, which is up and down. So inhale the shoulders up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale to release the palms facing forward in what we call mountain pose TADASANA. TADASANA is the Sanskrit name that you'll often hear in a yoga class. From time to time, I will throw in some classical yoga terms, but I will also translate them. So if you want, you can just shake out the hands a little bit, bring some mindfulness to the hands, maybe make a gentle fist, spread the fingers wide if that feels good. Maybe make some circles with the wrists to one side and the other, and really take your time. There's no rush. Plan on 10 to 15 minutes of a warm-up before we get started into a yoga practice. This is a great warm-up to do when you first get up in the morning or in the middle of the day when you've been lying or sitting for too long, just to get the joints moving anytime they feel stiff. You're still moving the body, lubricating the joints, and giving yourself a little bit more mobility as you continue to practice this video. Next, we'll be moving our spine through all three planes, starting with a forward fold, always creating length in the spine before we fold. Breathe in. And then in one motion, we're going to exhale, send the forearms to the thighs. You can create a bit of space between the legs and gently release the head to gaze towards the floor. So your head is in line with the spine. This is a half fold. You also have the option to send your forehead to your hands gently, allowing the spine to lengthen from the crown of the head and then all the way to the base of the spine. So it looks something like this. You can stay right there. I just want to show you a side profile of what this looks like. So you're sitting on your chair, and as I said, we lengthen the spine before we fold, we breathe in, and then as we exhale, you're coming down either to just drop the head, or you're going to come down to release the forehead to your hands. So you have a nice long spine and nice long neck. Take a few mindful breaths. Breathe all the way into the back body. You should feel some tension being released in the lower back, maybe even the middle back and the upper back. And the internal organs are gently being massaged as we come into a fold. The belly massaging up against the thighs. When you're ready, you're going to place your hands on your thighs and breathe in to just lift the chest in one nice long line. And we're sitting back upright and center. Next, we'll take a gentle back bend, or otherwise known as an arch of the back. We want to be careful again with the length in our spine. Make sure you're at the edge of your seat. You can relax both of your hands beside you on your chair, or you can interlace the fingers behind you, whatever feels good on the hands and the wrists. So it's really gentle. We're not putting weight on the hands and the wrists. And inhale to lift the heart. And gently lift the chin slightly. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and we're gently arching the back. You're pressing through the chest, lifting the heart, squeezing the shoulder blades. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time, relax the shoulders, relax your gaze, open the heart, the throat, breathe in. And then exhale to allow the body to stack one on top of each other, getting your head parallel to the earth, the shoulders stacked right over the hips, and the knees stacked right over the ankles. We can take a mindful breath here before moving into another movement of the spine, coming into a side bend. So with a side bend, you have many options. You can just relax your arms completely and just come into a side bend like this. I like adding arms because now we're starting to warm up not just the torso and the neck, but also our arms. So I will ask you to take your left hand to your hip if that's available to you, or your left arm down. Breathe your right arm up, whichever feels best to you. And on your inhale, lengthen through the spine, get nice and tall, creating space in between our vertebral discs. And it's important to create space so we can avoid any additional pain in the spine or crunching of the discs. So breathe in, create that space and length. And as you exhale, take a gentle side bend to the left, allowing the head to remain in line with the spine. Let's take a few mindful breaths together. If there's any pain or sharpness or tingling at any time, you can come out of a pose. I encourage you to listen to your body and only do what feels good. We'll take the other side. Breathe your left arm up. Again, you have the option to release your right arm or keep your hand to your hip. Lengthen through the spine as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, we'll take a gentle side bend to the right. Relaxing the shoulders and keeping our head in line with the spine. Take a few mindful breaths here. Soften the shoulder, allow it to drop away from the ears. And when you're ready, inhale to come back up and release the arms down. Maybe wiggle the fingers if that feels good. And we'll come into a gentle twist of the spine. Again, always lengthen before you begin moving. And as you exhale, we'll gently twist from the lower back, middle back, and upper back. Your left hand can rest to the outside of your right knee. You can place your arm on your chair or just behind you. Whatever feels good. I want you to explore what feels good in your body. And the last thing that can turn is the head if that's available. And you feel that gentle twist of the spine. Right now, I want you to breathe into it and lengthen in the spine. And exhale to release the air from the belly. Relax the shoulders. Be mindful that you're not pulling yourselves. You're simply focusing on lengthening today and releasing air in the belly. Breathe in. And exhale completely. As I mentioned, you can take as much time in each warm-up. Just listen to what feels good. We'll mindfully come back to center. We'll take it to the other side. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. And then exhale to gently twist, to gaze towards the left side, moving from the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. And the last thing to turn is the head. Your right hand is to the outside of the left knee or the left thigh. Focus on the length as you breathe in. And as you exhale, release the air from your belly. Again, softening the body, breathe in. Lengthen, create space in the discs, and exhale to release air in the belly. And the twist is really nice for relieving back pain, and creating some release in the spine. And gently twist back to center, finding yourself back at our beginning pose. Notice how you feel. This warm-up should be performed completely seated. This is just to loosen up the body. You can hold each pose a little while, or you can repeat them, moving slowly from one transition to the next in a fluid motion. I hope that you enjoyed this short video on yoga for arthritis warm-up poses. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to the RA Yogi YouTube channel for more free videos, resources, and content. From my heart to yours, namaste.